We're continuing on. This is part 2 of water and its functions in the body. And we're going to continue on now, and we're going to talk about water loss because, we're recommended to have that 8 to 10 cups of water every day, or, the 64 ounces, 8 ounce glasses of water. And why is that? Well, it's because we lose water throughout the day. We lose about 60% of it through our urine. We lose 28% through the skin and the lungs. And of course, that can be more if you're doing public speaking, public speakers. If you notice, they always have a glass of water up there on the podium because speaking, you lose a lot of moisture. If you put your hand over your mouth, you'll notice the moisture that you feel on your hand. And then through our feces and through our sweat. And of course, that's dependent on the temperature, whether you're exercising, have you really worked the body up and you're I shouldn't say overheated, but you're hot, sweaty. So we can lose a lot of water. So we have to be taking it back in. Urine varies from very small amounts when fluid intake is low to larger amounts when it's increased, because your body is trying to provide this homeostasis to keep this balance so that you don't end up dehydrated. Your body is really trying to keep you well at all times. Now, ideally, equilibrium is achieved. Fluid input and output are equal. I've had many people, especially the older populations that I've worked with for many, many years in my profession, say, oh, I don't want to drink more water because it makes me just have to go to the bathroom. And of course, I smile and I say, that's kind of how it works. Water in, water out. You don't want to not be drinking water because you don't want to use the bathroom. Now, I understand those who are dependent on other people to assist them to use the bathroom. If they're not independent and they require care and assistance, I can understand their reluctance. However, dehydration is a serious concern, especially in the elderly who are fragile, who are dependent. If they're not consuming enough water, that dehydration can land them in the hospital. So it's really important that we're getting enough water. And yes, water in, water out. When you're drinking water, you will need to use the bathroom. That's how it works.